Hi, welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids with me, Kat Hansen, your host. Hi everyone, it's me, Kat. Welcome to Understanding Conscious Cryptids. Today I want to talk about the bird people. A lot of people are not familiar with these type of beings, and there's a reason for that. They don't like to be seen. When they choose to be seen, it's usually because they have an important message for the person that's seeing them. These guys are really very different than humans. They may have a humanoid body type, but their head is very, very bird-like. Some of you may have seen these type of beings in the Egyptian pictures, the pictographs that they have representing the different gods, and you'll see one there that's got like an ibis head. That's one of the bird beings. They're very wise, and really the only time that I have ever encountered these guys is when they want to deliver a message, and I was told that they deliver the messages from Great Spirit, from Heavenly Father. Whether that's true or not, I cannot say, but what I can say is that when I dealt with them, they're very honorable, very meticulous in getting their information imparted to the person that they want to give it to. They speak various languages. They're just a different type than any other interdimensional being that I've ever encountered. The universe, has a lot of life in it, okay? And people don't understand that because they look at our universe and they say, oh, it's empty, there's nothing there, it's just planets. But that's not true, because we have different realms, different dimensions that exist alongside of us, and these guys come from that realm. This universe has just tons of intelligent life, okay? And it's developed in a lot of different ways. So we as humans are just, one of the life forms here, These other life forms that come through these other dimensions, some were created after us, some were created before us, some were created in the same timeline as us. So I know a lot of people have trouble grasping that, but really all you have to understand is that reality, if you look at it as a piece of fabric, just like you would look at your shirt, lift your shirt up to the light and you will see that there are little tiny holes because of the way that the fabric is woven. That's the same way that the universe and reality are combined to make these different dimensions, okay? Where these guys, these bird people, come from is the fourth dimension, okay? And this dimension is really kind of different because it houses good and bad, light and darkness, okay? This is literally the place where good and evil exist, okay? Various forms, of humanity and other beings morph on this astral plane, okay? That means that they can easily assume a shape, per se, that they want, but at the same time, they still have a natural form, okay? So they always revert back to this natural form, okay? And that's because in this place, in this reality, it's an illusion, okay? And it can manifest itself there because it's very easily to mute, okay? It's a mutability of form. That's a big word for the day. Mutability of form, okay? So all the things that exist here on this realm exist a little bit more in the fourth realm, okay? This plane of existence, the fourth dimension, has your will to live, your spirit. And this place is where all these other beings that we are pretty much interacting with on a daily basis are coming from, okay? People don't understand that, and when I try to explain it to them, it's kind of hard for me to explain because unless you've done it. So what I like to tell people is that if you go to the fourth dimension, okay, and you can go there, it's not very hard. Once you learn to master the different dimensions and how to step in and out of them, which I have a couple students that I'm teaching that to right now. Once you do this, you start to understand, and then this is where your mind, your body, your spirit, everything will will line up with the divine, and it will become harmonic. Okay, so once you're at that place in your life, then you can be able to step from dimension, dimension, dimension. And that's how these other dimensional beings are coming through, because they're in harmony with the vibrational rate and the frequency. That's a big word here, frequency, that's in their realm, in their dimension, okay? Once they line that frequency up, then they're able to step back and forth, okay? So I want people to understand that when these guys come through, it's not that they're coming through and then just stepping here and leaving. They're coming here because, as I've said before, this earth is a teaching tool, okay? And this realm is definitely a school. It lets everybody learn different things in different ways here. And they are very important lessons here on this realm that need to be taught. So when the bird people step through to this realm, they are here to help us, and to understand what's going on around us. So when these guys show up, I want everyone to be really clear on this, okay? They look like a bird, but their face is like a mix. It isn't exactly a bird face, and it's not exactly a human face, okay? The face is kind of a flattish looking, sometimes gray, sometimes the color of their own feathers that they have. Their eyes are like a slit kind of eye. Like when an owl closes its eyes, that's what they do, okay? And they have the two nostril holes. There's like a bony ridge for their nose that goes down a little bit. It's not very prominent, but on either side of that are the little nasal passages, like a bird nose, okay? It's in the front just like a human would be. They have a very small mouth. They don't have any ears that I've ever seen. I'm putting out some pictures down here of them, and I really want people to understand that these guys are coming from their own dimension, the fourth dimension, to bring you messages, specifically important messages that need to be heard. And once they give them to you, they don't stay here. I've never seen them stay, somebody told me once that they were having interactions with a bird person for weeks on end, and I was just like floored when they told me that, because that's not what they usually do. They come here and they leave. They come, drop the message off, and then they leave. People ask me, well, do they fly? Yes, they fly. Yes, very much so. And they take off from the ground where they're standing in front of you, just like a running start, and then they're in the air flying, and people have also asked me at the same time, well, they speak languages. This one was speaking a language, or that one was speaking a language that I kind of understood but didn't understand. And I always tell them it's like Spanglish. It's a mix. They mix English with their language. And for some reason, our brains are able to comprehend what they are saying. Excuse me. So, let's recap here. These guys are usually about 4.5 feet tall. They're not taller than us. They're just not. Which is why it always throws me off when I look at the pictures of the Egyptians when they have the ibis god head there. It floors me that they've drawn him so big, because I have never seen a bird person that big. They're shorter than I am. And that's saying a bit. Okay, so they're short and very passive. When you deal with them, they have a very calm, serene demeanor. You know, they're not, there's the word, they're not flappable. Okay, I know I didn't mean to use it, but it actually fits them. You know, they don't get all puffed up and thinking about stuff. They just don't. They deliver the message. They're very kind when they deliver it, and then they leave. You know, I've never had one stick around. So if you come across these beings in the wilderness, you're going to see that they're there to talk to you. They're there to leave you, give you a message. You know, it's just the way that they are. I'm trying to make this a point because I've had people say that they were going to go back out and hunt them. And that really terrified me. You know, I was like, oh my God, don't do that, you know. Don't be doing that, because to me that's bad. You know, to hunt another being that specifically comes to give you information is just not okay. You know, and that's the best way that I can explain it. People need to get a clue when they're dealing with these other beings that not all of them are vicious and there to attack you. They are there to pass along information, maybe give you a lesson that you're not even aware that you need. Okay? And I've noticed that more and more as the veil is thinning and this reality is merging with another one. People are seeing them more and more. And like I said, these are very spiritual beings, so they're going to come to you, deliver the message, and then the choice is up to you whether you take the message and act upon it, or you just take it and let it roll off your shoulders, you know. That's your choice. But anyhow, that's the message that I wanted to give people today. Is about the bird people. They don't attack humans. As far as I know, you can give them, you can leave them offerings if you want. You know, I said offerings. I didn't mean it to be as in, you know, you're worshiping these things. I'm saying you can take them out food and offer it up and say, you know, here, I have this for you. If you want it, eat it. If you don't, don't. You know, that's about the extent of my interactions with these guys. Kindness is my operative word that I like to use here, because when I deal with these other beings, I'm dealing in kindness and understanding and logic. I'm not coming at them aggressive, angry, you know, with ego. And I suggest that that may enhance everyone's abilities and encounters with these beings, is if they approach everything with a sense of calm and a sense of understanding and a sense of camaraderie. Because whether everybody likes it or not, we do share this universe. It may not be in our reality, but we are sharing it with others from their realities as well. Okay, I think I've given everybody a lecture. So I will apologize for that, but I really wanted to drive this message home, because I don't want people going out and attacking a benevolent being just because they're different. You know, think about that. Put yourself in their place. If we were in their reality, we would be the ones who were different, and I would certainly hope that they would be able to look at us with compassion and kindness and understanding rather than anger and hatred and retribution. So, I will wish everyone a wonderful week ahead, and I hope to be hearing from some more of you on whatever you guys would like the lessons to be on. And I want to say thank you for listening to me, and thank you for going to my Patreon page. And if you like the lesson, please subscribe, because it helps me to understand what others are seeing, because I see them all the time. So to me, it's kind of blasé. But if people can tell me what they're seeing or what they think they've seen and need help understanding, I can help you. That's no problem. I'll extend the hand to any and all who need it. So that's my lesson for today. Everyone have a great week, and thanks for listening.